Hey, and welcome to my June book haul. I filmed my May book haul really early in May, then didn't have time to edit it until quite recently, so sorry if these two follow up very closely, but it's actually been like over a month and a half in between. So let's get to some of the books I got this month. Also, I'm wearing pink lipstick, trying it out. Feels weird, but let's do it. Right, I'm gonna start with this one. It is Saints and Misfits by S.K. Ali. It's one in a succession of young adult books that have come out recently that I really wanted to get that weren't available in the UK, so I had to order it on the internet. I'd actually been following this author on Twitter for quite a while, and you know when you just like keep seeing a book pop up and you're like, alright, fine, I'll read it. The main character is Muslim, which is really cool, and it says there are 3 kinds of people in my life. 1, saints. 2, misfits. 3, monsters. Then next up, I went to the launch of Juno Dawson's The Gender Games and bought a copy there. I really like the tagline for this. The problem with men and women from someone who has been both. I actually worked with her quite a bit in the past for my old job. I think this is gonna make for a really interesting read. It's non-fiction. I just opened it up and the first thing I saw was the Spice Girls reference, and I'm not surprised. Then I received quite a few copies for review, so I'm just gonna go through those. First up, there is one that I received yesterday. It is Gather the Daughter. Gorgeous cover. It's from Pushkin Press. They always have really beautiful covers. And the press release that came with it says that it's great for fans of The Handmaid's Tale, which I am, and of The Girls, which I also am, and it is to do with a cult. It's set on a small, isolated island. This is out at the end of July. Let me double check. Yes, 25th of July. Freshers by Tom Ellen and Lucy Ivyson, which you might recognize as the authors of Lobsters, which I actually haven't read. I think it's going to be quite touching but really funny. I'm guessing, yep, it's set during Freshers Week, or at least some of it. I never went to my Freshers Week. I mean, I don't think I did a lot of like mega university things. I did more like uni things when I went to the US and studied there. I did Freshers Week there, but I never did it in the Netherlands, so I'm quite excited to read that as well. They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera, who's the author of History Is All You Left Me, which I've heard of but haven't read. When I posted this on Instagram stories, I posted the back of it and then wrote They Both Die at the End, and everyone thought I was posting spoilers, but no, it's the title. This is out on September 7th, but it's basically about 2 boys who are told that they're going to die, but there's an app called Last Friend, and through it they have to go on one last adventure. Oh, and Freshers is from Chicken House, and I received that as a review copy. They Both Die at the End is Simon & Schuster, and received that as a review copy as well. 2 more copies from publishers. By the way, when I say received, I usually mean requested, because there's usually a little email exchange that goes beforehand. When Dimple Met Rishi. This is a really good example of a book that was coming out in the US. I was really excited about it, was gonna buy a US edition, and then the UK publishers brought the date forward. They're like, alright, we must publish this straight away. It is hotter. It says, meet Dimple. Her main aim in life is to escape her traditional parents, get to university, and begin her plan for tech world domination. I like it. Meet Rishi. He's rich, good looking, and a hopeless romantic. His parents think Dimple is the perfect match for him, but she's got other plans. I'm just gonna take a second to fan myself with the books. It's very hot today. The next is one that I've actually already read, and it is E. Lockhart's Genuine Fraud. Now this isn't out until September. A lot of books coming out on September 7th apparently. E. Lockhart is the author of We Were Liars, which I absolutely loved, and I was involved in the publishing process of that when I worked at Hotkey Books. So this was sent to me for review as well. I was really happy to get an early copy of this, and I've already read it. And it is one of those books where as soon as you finish it, you're like, wait. And then you want to start from the beginning, the same as with We Were Liars. It's about 2 girls, Imogen, a runaway heiress, an orphan, a cook, and a cheat, and Jewel, a fighter, a social chameleon, and an athlete. There is a disappearance, a murder, maybe 2. That's all I'm gonna say about this, because it is very much one where you want to discover it as you read along, so you're good going into this not knowing that much. I will at some point do a full review of this as well, but that's all you get for now. And then 2 last books. I have Louise Pentland's Wilde Like Me, which is probably going to be out by the time this video goes up. You might have known her previously as Sprinkle of Glitter, and I have been watching her videos for years and years and years. Particularly love her storytime videos because the stuff that's happened to her is hilarious. And she has written a fiction book. It's really cool to see more YouTubers write fiction books. A lot of them have done non-fiction, so it's cool to see what other stories there are out there. This is kind of outside of my usual reading genre, I'd say. Usually when I read adult books, they're either classics or they're like really like tragic, sad, dystopian stuff, I think this is gonna be quite funny. I also was really excited to go to an event where we got to chat to Louise about her book, and like a week later she announced she was pregnant. She was secretly drinking virgin cocktails all night at that event. So yeah, I'm gonna give this a read. It's quite a big one, so I think I'm gonna have to read this one at home because I don't think there'll be space in my bag. It's got really cute end papers of like high heels and then little kid shoes. So it's about Robin Wilde, who is a single mom in her 30s, and she pretends like everything's cool, and she actually doesn't want to be single anymore. She doesn't fit in with the mom crew at school, and so she is going to shake up her life. And then finally I was sent a lovely package which included the new 20 Years of Harry Potter Celebration edition of the Philosopher's Stone in the house colors. Now I am a Ravenclaw, as you might have guessed. No surprise there, really. Alright, so that is my June book haul. Lots of like lovely summary reads and then some darker ones as well. I'm quite chuffed with this collection. I think there are lots and lots of exciting books. Links will be in the description as always. I hope you enjoyed this video. Is there anything else I need to tell you? Yes, I'm doing a lot of Instagram stories at the moment if you want to follow me at Booksandquills. I think that's it. I'll talk to you later. Dewy!